Hey guys, it's Kylie. Today I've got a book haul for you guys. I ordered some books off of Book Outlet, and I went to Barnes & Noble a couple times this month, so I'm going to show you what I got. The first book I am already reading, and I talked about it in my what I'm currently reading video, and that is The Shining by Stephen King. If you haven't seen that video, I kind of talk about what that's about if you don't already know in that one, so I'm not going to talk about it now. The next book that I got at Barnes & Noble is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I've heard so many good things about this book, but I was kind of waiting for it to come out on paperback, and when I realized that it is out on paperback, I had to go get it. And it sounds like it's about alternate realities, and this guy gets kidnapped and wakes up in his own body, but a different life, where his family is different and everything is different. He's famous now, a critically acclaimed scientist or something like that. So I think this one will be really good. It's also pretty short, so I think it'll be pretty easy to get through. Next one is actually technically my fiance's book. I took him to the bookstore after he had had a couple beers, and he thought that he needed a book. So I need to try that more often, because I'm going to read this book. And that is The Outsider by Stephen King. It's his brand new book that just came out on the 22nd of May, and I have no idea what it's about. I think like a kid gets killed or something, and it's basically trying to figure out what happened to him. But it is hardcover and really heavy and pretty big, so I probably would have waited for it to come back out on paperback or something, but he thought he needed it, so I'm going to read his copy, probably before he does. Then from Book Outlet, if you haven't noticed, I'm on a Stephen King kick, and so the first book that I ordered is Revival from Stephen King. I don't know what it's about. My dad says that it's one of his favorite Stephen King books, so I decided to pick it up because it was really cheap. And the next one is also by Stephen King, and that is Hearts in Atlantis. This one is another one that my dad says is his favorite. I think it is 5 interconnected sequential tales, deep-rooted in the 1960s, each scarred by the Vietnam War. So I think it's one part follows him as a kid and the next part follows him as an adult, if I'm not mistaken. But it sounds like it's going to be really good. I love Stephen King's writing. I've read his book about JFK, which is set in the 60s. I can never remember what it's called because it's a date, and I'm terrible at remembering dates. But yeah, I don't know where it is. But reading his descriptive writing makes me feel like I could have been in the time, and I would love to be able to read and know more about the 60s and after the Vietnam War. So I'm really excited to get to that one. I think I'm going to read that this coming month. Next one that I got was Austenland by Shannon Hale. I've heard that this is not great, but I don't know, it just sounded interesting to me. It's really a short book. I don't know much about it other than read by Zoe, is that her channel name? Zoe really likes the movie. She said the book wasn't as good, but I haven't seen the movie, so I might as well read the book. Also, I don't know hardly anything about Jane Austen. I've never read any of her stuff, so maybe that will inspire me to read some. The next book that I got from Book Outlet is You by Caroline Kepnes. Is that her name? Yes, and I believe this is like a stalker talking about somebody he's stalking, and it's in the point of view where it sounds like you're the one being stalked, and it sounds like it's really going to be creepy and interesting, and I'm really excited to read it because I've been super into thrillers this past month, and this month too, if you haven't noticed. And the next 4 books that I got are all from the same series, and I haven't even started the series yet. But I know I'm just gonna love it because Reagan loves it from Peru's Project, and I love everything she ever recommends to me, and that's the Thief series. So all of the books, I think all of them were on Book Outlet, so I got The King of Atolia, A Conspiracy of Kings, Thick as Thieves, and The Queen of Atolia. And I don't know much about these either, but I do have the first one, and so I figured that while the rest of them are really cheap, I might as well pick those up, because if I start the first one and I really love it and I don't have the next books, I'll probably never continue on with the series, because that is how I am. And those are all the books that I got in May, except I did get A Secret History in May, but I don't have it in my possession because my sister is borrowing it. So we'll just pretend that I didn't go to the bookstore another time just for that. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed this haul. I'd love to know what books you bought this month, and let me know if you've read any of these books, what you think I should start with. Thanks for watching. Bye!